Yes, good luck with that. Now in 2002, along with Cheryl Cole, Nadine Coyle, Sarah Harding and Nicola Roberts, Kimberley Walsh won a place in Popstars The Rival band, Girls Aloud, and life changed forever.
Another beat, gotta take that back, what you said to me. Never giving in when the sun's so high, gotta make me love you. Nothing at all that I cannot do. Promise I made, started to fade.
They're both doing the dance.
I just love that Holly does that routine.
I know, you know, I love you girls.
Well, after 10 years, 6 platinum albums, Brit Award, Girls Aloud finally decided to call it a day earlier this year, and Kimberley has now written a tell-all autobiography about her time in the band. So it's lovely to see you. When is the right time to write an autobiography?
It's a good question. It's a good question. I mean, for me, it very much felt like now or never. If I was ever going to do this, it's kind of the end of an era, the end of the first chapter of my life. You know, I started in the business very, very young, and I felt like I had quite a lot to say, especially to young girls that are aspiring to do this as a career and all of that. So I kind of took the plunge.
And how does everyone feel who's featured?
You know, comfortable with what was in
there. Because you've got
there.
two very different times in your life. You've got the time when you were growing up,
Yeah.
you've got the time with the girls, so you've got to send the book to the girls and see what they think, but also your family, because
it's true.
It's terribly personal. Your mum and dad had constant rows so much that you recorded them and played them back to them on a ghetto blaster.
Again,
imagine your child doing that to you. What was their reaction?
You know what? I think they did find it tough to read that part, because obviously they had their own problems going on and they had no idea that it affected us that way. And it was hard for me, but I think at the same time, they both knew that it, you know, it makes you who you are. It really has, you know, groomed me as a person, and I wouldn't be the person I am without that. And I feel like it's important for people to know that, you know, that's where I came from, and there's so many other people that have been through the same thing that'll find comfort in it. And, you know, you do come out the other side and it's fine.
And what about with the girls? Because you've been very honest in the book, and you've sort of said, you know, regardless of whether Girls Aloud had come along, you would have absolutely have ended up being friends with Cheryl and Nicola. But with the other two girls, you sort of say that actually that probably wouldn't have been the case so much.
Yeah, do you know what it is? I think it's a funny one. You've got 5 people that are thrown together in a group, and just like, you know, you two working together, or, you know, people working together in an office, sometimes you work together really well, but in terms of actually wanting to socialise with them every night and go for drinks and, you know, really connecting on a really personal level, it's not going to happen with all 5, and that's all that I meant by that. And obviously, you know, it's been that's all.
So did it unravel as a band, or were there moments where you thought, you know, we just don't want to do this anymore, or a massive great bust up, or just an agreement?
Do you know what? As we've always said, there was never any arguments, never any big bust-ups. I think that's the reason we survived so long, to be honest, because we were all very professional, and, you know, we would all do what we could to keep this, you know, machine going. But at the same time, it's very intense to kind of live with, you know, 5 people day in, day out, 24 hours a day, really. And it just felt, for me anyway, and this is, obviously, this is my story, this is my truth, it felt that it was the right time to kind of end on a high and just, draw a line under it. And we had an amazing 10 years. I'm so grateful for that, but it just felt like the right time to move on.
In the early days, it seems, looking at the book here, it was a miracle that you ever got anywhere anyway, whether you got the right clothes or in the right place to perform. Because you say, although Louis was supposed to be the manager, he wasn't necessarily, and I'll be diplomatic here, hands-on.
I was going to say, I think to say he wasn't hands-on was a slight understatement, do you know what? We can laugh about it now. I've even spoken to him, you know, I've seen him at X Factor a few times, and, you know, he can't deny it, but it's like we were 5 really young girls. We had no idea about the business, and it was literally like, hi, is anybody there?
Message on Nadine's phone to actually say that it was over.
Basically, when obviously, you know, Cheryl got caught up in the whole, you know, incident in the club way back when, from that night on, it was like, that's it, guys. Like,
sort
you're
of
on your own. But we were on our own anyway, to be honest. And it made us grow a lot tighter as a band, especially in those early days, because we had to learn quick. I mean, we were calling the record company and saying, oh, what should we wear for this? They were probably thinking, I don't know, it's not our problem. But we didn't know any different.
Well, I mean, Louis has sort of been reported in the press recently off the back of this, sort of saying, will you wait until my autobiography?
I can't wait. I actually can't. I'll be quite interested to see the other side of the story.
He actually said, Kimberley who?
It was probably because he was never there.
Changed, was it? He didn't know who I was then, and he doesn't know now, so it's fine.
So those are those chapters of your life. So what's the next one then? What will you do now?
I know. Do you know what? It's the first time I've actually taken a minute to breathe in 10 years. So I'm thinking I'm going on a book tour tomorrow. I'm going back up north to, you know, where it all started for me, and that's going to be very nostalgic. And I think I might just take Christmas off for the first time, because I don't remember last year, because I was doing Strictly. It was all just a bit of a blur. My sister's about to have another little boy, so I'm going to have a baby to look after. So I think I might just take some time out.
Will it be weird watching Strictly this year?
It's going to be very tiny bit jealous that it's not me up there again.
And what about Justin?
He's good, yeah.
This is 10 years now.
It's 10 years, I know.
In showbiz,
in
that's
showbiz,
like 70
people
years.
seem to find that quite shocking. No, he's lovely. We're really, really happy, and I think, you know, I think he's secretly quite glad I'm going to just chill out for a minute so we can spend some time together.
Spend some time together, and in the book you actually sort of hinted at watch this space when it comes to children. So those are your words. I would never normally say
I know
it.
you would normally steer away from that one. I do love kids, and I feel like it's definitely the next chapter in my life, hopefully.
And what about, you will still sing?
I love singing. I would love to go back, maybe do the West End again, and go back to my musical theatre roots, because I think that's where my training came from, and I'm really comfortable up there. So, yeah, hopefully there'll be some more adventures
Because
to
people
come.
forget that you actually have...
I know.
They think walk in to pop stars and...
I know, and that
it
was
all
one of the
happened.
reasons for doing the book, because I started at the age of 5. I think I did my first TV, and I've been auditioning and working ever since. So, yeah, it's been quite a long
So it
career
definitely
so
wasn't
far.
an overnight success at that point at all, was it?
Not at
Long
all.
time.
Good luck with the book tour.
Thank you
Lovely
so
to see you.
much.
Here you
Great
go.
time.
It's Kimberley Walsh, A Whole Lot of History, and that's the book. And thank you.
Lovely to
Lovely
see you. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Phil.